All right, Kenman here, and today I have a fun project knife unboxing. What does that mean? Well, hit that subscribe button, grab a drink or a snack, sit back and find out. We have some fun today. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price, and I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. All right, so as you can see, I got this from Amazon. I saw this particular knife at a good price point, and it fit in with the other criteria that I had for my project, and so here we are, and let's go ahead and get going. Tear this off. You guys see the video where I cut my thumb on the cardboard opening that box? It was ridiculous, but yeah, that's what happens when you go live. Okay, CJRB, nothing else in there. Get rid of that, make sure we're nice and clean here. What do you guys know about CJRB? Who's got a pyrite, right? Well, what do we have for CJRB today? Let's go ahead and find out. There it is. Get rid of that. And what do we have here today? Did anybody recognize? This is the CJRB Feldspar, they call it. This is actually the large version. They make a small version that's just a little bit shorter. This is the CJRB Feldspar Large. Got a kind of nice, classy, kind of clean look to it. Let's not waste any more time, huh? Very clean look to that. It says a D2 blade steel, has a G10 handle. Wow, that handle's really smooth. It's got a little contour to it. It's a liner lock right there. Can we finger flick easily? Nice liner lock. And that's smooth. It's got a really nice smooth feel to it. Clean action. I like that copper, little copper accent right there. It's a nice little pop. Oh, there's a fail. Just been talking about thumb stud fails. I've been opening a ton. Tore my hands up. Might as well fail it when we're live on an unopening or an unboxing. Like I said, I'm not going to cut and retake this. We'll just go ahead and just let it be what it is. What's everyone feel about CJRB? Everybody has a pyrite. This is the pyrite alt. Since I got this, this is one of the only models that they had at the time. Now they've done quite a few neat things with the pyrite. A lot of different options they have for the blade, for the handle, for the material that they make it out of. They have some inlays, all types of cool stuff that they're doing with this. Looks like the Feldspar is a larger knife. I didn't realize it was as big as it is. Definitely longer in the handle, longer in the blade. That comparison. Might as well get out some more CJRB since we're at it. I also have an Echo. This Echo is a titanium version, and I picked up the titanium pocket clip for that extra look. It's got the front flipper, button lock. I really like these button locks that CJRB makes. This is the first CJRB I have that is not a button lock. Slide these down here. Then I have the CJRB Riff. This is probably one of my favorite knives. A little bit beefier than it needs to be, but Look at that thing. It's got a micarta handle. Like I said, also a button lock. Really big blade. Let's go ahead, since that one's larger, let's put that next to the Feldspar here and see. They are actually very similar. The handle size is about the same. Blade length is almost identical. Get that in there tight. You can kind of see. Very similar actually in size to the Riff. Maybe the Riff's blade's a little bit wider this way. I'm actually surprised this is as big as it is. So everybody here have some CJRB? What's a model that I don't have right now that I could get that would be cool in addition to my collection? I haven't played with this Echo as much as I should, but I really think that this is underrated. When the Pyrite came out, this thing just kind of basically disappeared. But, did it? Very cool knife. I mean, I like the shape, I like the style. I do like that front flipper. It's a good little option. Kind of one of the harder styles for opening deployment methods. Oh, this knife is really clean looking. I actually really like it. I'm surprised. This just kind of went under my radar for a while. Looks like you can put the pocket clip on the other side. So I'm a lefty. That's nice. I have that option. I can switch it up. Wish I could explain how smooth this handle is. Hear that? It's just got a really nice soft feel, like no texture. You'd think sometimes you prefer a texture. Ooh, see, that's tight. Oh, I have another knife where when I push like this, my left hand pushes the pressure against the liner, and that makes it harder to pop it open. And so it makes that lefty a little bit of an issue because it's pushing on the scale right here, which is also then putting a little pressure on that liner lock. I want to get a liner lock that's completely left-handed. I'm sure really expensive ones might have one that's on this side, a full custom. I've never seen it or been able to have one. That might be something if I were to ever design a knife to do fully left-handed. That'd be neat. All right, well, let's get into what I was talking about here. Well, maybe let's do this real quick. Blade is very centered. That looks actually really nice. Very solid, no play. Yeah, so my project. Anybody got a guess? It's the handle. Talked about it a little bit before. Doing a RIT die for the scales. If people have not seen or not aware of this, the material that a lot of the handles are made out of, there are some dyes that you can purchase that are used for tie dyes or for dyeing different types of plastics and things that the handle will take that color. And so something like this that is low on color, I could dye this all blue or red or green or something and kind of give it an extra custom look. Some people like to do that. It's kind of a fun thing. I, as an artist, am intrigued by that. I've done some dye work before. What I do know is that the color that you start with will affect whatever the final color is. So this jade kind of has a little bit of a greenish blue kind of tint. So that is going to affect another knife I was looking at. I was talking about doing a yellow. And like if I did a yellow with this, the yellow would be affected by that green, which would give it then more of a kind of that brown kind of tone. But it could make a nice blue, a nice green really easily. Maybe a red would end up kind of more brown. But let's see, I did get a few other knives that I'm looking to do the same kind of thing. This is the Ferrum Forge that I just opened, Gent 2.0. That is another one that got option for this process. We also have the Civivi Mini Asticus with a Now I'm all tongue-tied. Damascus blade on there. They've got some really cool Damascus patterns. The Civivi brand. But as you can see, these three all have that same kind of handle color that I want to potentially use for this dye process. See what I can kind of do. So I'll probably take one and test it out and see what I think. See if it's fun. See if I like the final product. Because all in all, I mean, this with the Damascus, this jade kind of color looks cool already. So it doesn't really need to be changed. Same with the black blade. This one, I don't know, I feel like it's cool, but they did come in other varieties that were pretty neat that I would probably consider would have been better than this. So I got this as a good candidate. For that blue, probably, maybe the green. I do like that gold. That's going to have an effect. Let's see if I can make that stick again when I do that with the thumb or the finger flick. No. Some days good, some days bad. So, comment below what if you were to do a dye on the Civivi or this Feldspar or the Ferrum Forge, what color would you do? What color would you recommend me to do? What would you like to see? Maybe I'll take someone's recommendation. Maybe I'm just going to go off on my own, but look for the video in the future. Speaking of which, someone brought up this bad boy, my Civivi Vision FG, which is a really awesome knife. Cannot go wrong if you end up trying to pick one of these up. That Damascus is just stupid. But this has white G10 scales, and someone talked about potentially, oh, well, you could do that with this. So this could be another one of my candidates. And I could go, oh, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we could do. What color would we do? Although, I do really like the way this looks already. This is an amazing knife. That super lock is really cool. Works really good. So I would probably leave that white. Although, man, like a red, I think would look really cool. And in this particular case, because it's white, the red would actually turn out really neat. That might be a cool look with that Damascus. But yeah, tell me what you all think. Would you do it? Have you done it? What you think about the process? And we'll do some fun stuff in the future. But yeah, today we looked at this Feldspar. This has been out for a while. It's been rated as a good knife. A lot of people have some good things to say about it. And there's good reason for it. It's got a really good feel. It's got a really clean, kind of classy, just the 2 screws and the pivot. That's great. It's fun to mess around with it a little bit more, get used to it, kind of see what colors I can come up with for it. Yeah, that's going to be it. So, if you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more. It helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.